Hi, we're going live to make cowboy dinner. One of my friends asked, "What are your kids doing? Ugh, what are your kids doing while you're making dinner?" And this is the time that my kids get to watch TV for usually like 20 minutes or 30 minutes. So you guys come here really quick.
Yeah.
Come here. Come on. See. Oh wait, we'll turn this way so the light's behind us. This is my son, Josh. Say hello.
Hi.
And he's just about as tall as me. And then this is my daughter. Say hi.
Hi.
All right, you guys can be free.
Okay.
Love you. All right, so tonight we are going to make cowboy dinner. And what we have is actually, I'm going to, hold on, I just have to grab something really quick that we're using today. We got lots of things out of the pantry, but we'll start first with the freezer. I took out hamburger to defrost. And if you didn't have hamburger and you were in a big hurry, you could use freeze-dried hamburger, or if you are a canner, sometimes I also have hamburger that I've canned and I just open the jar. It's so much faster because I don't have to brown anything. And then from our refrigerator, we have cheese, we have tomato, and we have leftover guacamole that we're going to put on top if we want to. From our pantry, or also our fridge, we have ketchup, barbecue sauce, and mustard. This is a fun one for the kids. And from our pantry, we have chips, we have baked beans, we have corn, and some olives. So that is what we have going on. And we're going to go ahead around. It's my cups. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and get started. See if I can get you there. That looks about right. And see if anybody joins us. And if they do, they do. And if they don't, they don't. And it's all right. So, because either way, I gotta make us some dinner. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna brown our hamburger first. So just got that on. I'm going to break it up a little bit. I'm using a pound of hamburger, but if you didn't want to use a pound of hamburger and you wanted to have a little less meat, you could use a half a pound, or if you wanted to do a healthier version, you could use some ground turkey instead. And that would be good. And this is a super, can I say super easy dinner, because basically it's a dump dinner, and it's a one pot dinner. So, let's see if I go like this, how that works. There's nobody with us, so it's okay. There, I don't know. Hi. It's a one pot dinner. So we're gonna brown our meat in here. That's gonna take a while, and while I'm waiting for that, I'm gonna go ahead and cut up my tomatoes and my olives. So I hope everybody had a really good day today. Here where I live, the weather has been kind of overcast and gray and not very pretty, but it's not been cold. Like, it's been in the 50s and the 60s. So I have started thinking about my garden. I don't know if any of you garden, or when it starts to hit you. Like, New Year's for me is all about getting organized. Like, I have a desire to clean things thoroughly in January. It's also about getting rid of stuff. I want to get rid of things. I want to clean things out and declutter, I think it is. You know, like, that's just something that happens. Like, people in January tend to want to exercise and become healthier. Well, another thing that happens to me about mid-January or beginning of February is I have this great desire to garden. And I start thinking about what I want in my garden and what I want to plant and what I want to can, and if there's anything new I want to try. And so I've been starting to make a list of what's going in the garden this year. And definitely tomatoes is on the list. Last year I did regular tomatoes, but I also did cherry tomatoes, and my cherry tomatoes lasted the whole year. From the time in the spring when I planted them, all the way to like the fall after the first frost, after the first several frosts. I had tons of cherry tomatoes. So I definitely want to put tomatoes on the list. And I I have been doing this back to Eden gardening method, and I'm really excited about it. But, yeah. So, I wonder what everybody else is having for dinner. Like, what do you make for dinner when you are in a super rush? Like tonight, my husband got home, we're doing the dinner thing, then I have to hurry over to Girl Scouts. So I don't have a ton of time to make dinner. What's your go-to plan? What do you guys like to do? Like, how do you still have something for your family to eat? Is it like, do you tend to just pick up something on the way home? Do you like hot dogs? We have hot dogs. Every month we have hot dogs and chicken nuggets on our list because I know there's going to be that day where it's just too chaotic and I just mentally can't handle it. So we always have that on our list as well. And we also always have, my can, I think it's not going to open. We also always have, yep. Does that ever happen to you? Look at it. Oh, sad tail. I'm going to try a can opener on the bottom. Yep, that will work. So we also always have homemade pizza. My kids love my homemade pizza. I'm totally going to have to make that with you guys sometime. But that will be good. Come on now. This might be rounded too much. Let's try the top. The top works. Okay, we're going to do the top. Ah, that was a sad tail. So we like to have all that kind of stuff. Another thing I really want to cook with you guys is this shrimp recipe that I tried just a couple weeks ago. It was so fast. The shrimp cooked in like less than 5 minutes. I want to say it cooked actually in 3. And the prep for it might have taken 2 minutes. So we could say you can have the shrimp ready in 5 minutes. And if you're doing instant rice, you can have the rice ready in 5 minutes. It was just so fast. So that's another thing I really want to show and share with you all. Okay, so we are browning our meat. It is getting there. I would say it's about halfway done. That's one of the reasons I like to also can meat. Because when you're in a hurry like this, it's already cooked, and so you might just throw it in just to like heat it up a little bit. But it's super fast. And when I can hamburger, I use 93. You know, the stuff that only has like the 7% fats. It's the 93% lean. And I cook it first. So I don't cook it like this, but I get a big stock pot. I cook it. I drain it off a couple of times. So I'm draining off as much fat as I possibly can. And then you put it in your jar and you add a little bit of liquid and then you just pressure can it. It's so nice to be able to go downstairs in my pantry and just grab that off the shelf and just open it and go and not have to worry about defrosting, not have to worry about cooking it. It's just already ready. Same thing with freeze-dried hamburger. You saw me use the other day the freeze-dried celery. So the freeze-dried hamburger is very similar. It's ground beef. It is meat that you can that they cooked and then they just freeze-dried. So they lowered the temperature really quickly. So when you go to reconstitute it, it still has all the same nutrients, all the same things in it. Not that you're going to have tons of, it's not like a celery or a bell pepper or an apple where it just has different nutrients. But it's still going to be really good. And you just put it in with a little bit of water, and it reconstitutes really quickly because it's a small crumple. And then you can add it to things like spaghetti sauce. You can use it to make chili. You can use it for casseroles. You can use it like for things like this. Or like I was saying the other day, when I make the taco, I made something with tacos and I was using taco TVP. I use that for when we have taco salad or taco soup. It's the same thing except it's TVP instead of beef or meat. It's plant-based, it's soy-based. So Thrive has both. There's other places too that sells the same thing, but I just prefer the taste of Thrive, so that you can do whatever you like to do. So I always drain my meat also after I cook it because I don't want all that grease, all that fat in there. And then you will see how fast this is going to be done. It's super fast. This is the longest part of this. So how many of you out there, when I record live, when you go and you decide to watch, if you watch it afterwards, you can leave comments and I'll see the comments. But How many of you out there had tried the chicken chimichangas? I hope you guys liked them. Good, fast, easy meal. We like that. We like the fast and we like the easy. Because we don't have time for all this craziness. And everybody's trying to be healthy because it's January. Though this isn't one of my favorite healthy meals, but this is a really yummy meal. Just the way it is. Okay, so right now I'm letting that brown just a little bit more, and I'm slicing up my olives using my nifty nifty egg slicer. So yesterday, oh, I can't wait to show you guys this too. Yesterday, hey Amy, how are you? We're just cooking some rancho dinner. I put a pound of ground beef in my frying pan, and I'm just cooking it up, and while it's cooking up, I'm slicing up olives and tomatoes. So we're making some cowboy dinner. We're almost done browning the meat, and then it's dump, 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 and dinner is done. Hey, Jennifer Hammond. Congratulations on your pregnancy. Thank you for the hearts, you guys. Everything's delayed, so I'm sorry. Hey, Heather. How are you? I'm glad to see that you guys got to not DC. Sorry, New York safely. Thanks for the thumbs up. Sorry, I was just talking normal voice, but then people pop on, and then I'm like, hi, here's my mommy voice. I'm so excited. So I was going to say, yesterday in the mail, I got from Amazon a spiral slicer. I can't wait to show you guys the spiral slicer. You're going to have to experiment with me. I spiralized some potatoes the other day, and we had a version of curly fries. Baked, not fried, because you know I don't do the fried. But it will take zucchini and turn it into pasta, like spaghetti noodles. So I am so excited about that. When I try it out, I'm going to have you guys on so we can see how it works and how well it works, because that is such a healthy alternative to pasta. Just to have the spaghetti noodle or the zucchini noodles. And to think during the summertime, if you've ever grown zucchini, you have a ton of zucchini. So it's great to find different ways to sneak the zucchini into things. Hey, what are you girls having for dinner tonight? And also, if you guys can tell me what ways you sneak zucchini into food. Okay, so here's the way I sneak zucchini into food. So I chop it up pretty small, and you can put it in like spaghetti sauce or anything that's going to be ground meat in a sauce. It kind of just takes it on. Or you can shred it, and there's chocolate cake recipes, and they never know. It's really sneaky. It's really smart. But what do you guys do? Please share. All right, so our meat is all ground up. So you guys got to get ready for the dump, dump, dump. And the dinner is done. So I'm going to get some paper towels, though, because I like to drain my meat. I don't like all that grease in there. So I'm going to drain it off over here. And then we're going to dump some stuff in. Now, my family is a family of 4. So this is enough where it will feed us. We'll have about 75% of my family will have seconds, and then there'll be enough for leftovers for my husband and I for lunch tomorrow. So that's about how much it makes, if you're curious. So we're going to put in a big can of baked beans, because I told you it wasn't healthy, but it's yummy and it's fast. So tonight's theme is one pot yummy fast. Jennifer, I just ate cinnamon rolls. Oh yeah, you put in the spaghetti sauce too? Yes, I said zucchini noodles. I'm so excited. I didn't buy them. I bought a spiralizer. So it's a cutter that you turn, and it cuts the zucchini into spaghetti noodles. And it's called a spiralizer. I'm so excited to use it. I haven't used it yet. I might use it for lunch tomorrow. So if I do, I might show you then. Zucchini noodles. I bought the thing to make them, but my first attempt failed. I tried. Hey, Rachel. I'm so sad that your first day of school was not so happy. I'm sorry. I tried the spiralizer on potatoes, and I figured that is a super hard thing. So I figured that it will, See, we're having fried rice. Ooh, fried rice for dinner. I figured that the zucchini will be softer, and so it will work. So we'll have to see, Heather. Stay tuned. Let's see. There's words, but I can't see because you're in my cabinet. Hey, and at least the cinnamon rolls probably had milk. Milk is healthy, right? Flour. Flour is healthy as well. You just never know. Okay, back to we're going to do the dumping. I'm sorry, I'm getting sidetracked here. You guys are fun. All right, so we're going to put in a can of, we're going to put a can of baked beans in here. Then we're going to put in a 1/4 cup of barbecue sauce. Rachel, this is not as fancy as your husband's cooking as of late. It seems like he has really fancy cooking. I forgot to grab the other measuring cup. Okay. Where's my liquids? There we go. We want, okay, so a 1/4 cup of barbecue sauce. Everything I have here is practically from Aldi's because that is the cheapest store for me to shop at. Okay, so we put that in our pan. Now we're going to add 2 tablespoons of ketchup. So we're adding that into here. Fried rice sounds good, actually. I like fried rice. Sorry. I'm still thinking about what you guys had scrolled on there. All right, and then we're going to take mustard. Now this sounds gross to put all this stuff together, but it's actually really, really good. I promise you. It's really yummy. So we're going to do a tablespoon of mustard. And then, there we go. And we're going to give that a good stir. So put that over here. Where's my thing? Stir that together, kind of mix it up. All right. I'll make sure all the flavors are incorporated together. And then we're going to open a can of corn and drain our corn, and we're going to add our corn in there too. You are a dual tasker, Rachel. Chopped. That would be a fun show to be on, I think. I don't know if I'm creative enough, but it'd be sure fun. Okay, so now we're going to add our corn. And I drained the can. I think I already said that, but I just wanted to make sure you knew that. I drained the can. And that gives it a little bit of color, because you know how I feel about color in my food. I think it should be pretty. All right. And then the last thing that we're going to add the meat back in. All my grease in there. I'm going to stir that back in, and then we're going to add 3/4 cup of cheese, and guess what? It's done. That's it. So we have the hamburger, we have the baked beans, we have the corn, the barbecue sauce, the ketchup, and then you serve this. Okay, we do it 2 different ways because it's called Cowboy Dinner. So you can put some of this either on a bowl or a plate, and then you crumble chips over it, and then you put olives, whatever you like, but our family does like olives and tomatoes. You can do lettuce. Tonight I'm going to put on some guacamole. You can put sour cream. You can put whatever you want. Kind of like a, just, I don't know, like the kitchen sink. Or you could put tortilla chips, and then you could put this on top, kind of like a nachos, and then add whatever other toppings you think that you would like on your nachos. Hey, Megan! Let's see. You have a good recipe for fried rice, too. I do love that recipe for fried rice. But I tend to make my fried rice recipe in the summertime because I do more grilling in the summertime, and I put my the pork chops I use for the fried rice. It's blah 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 blah. Take 5. The meat I use for my fried rice is from these pork chops that I grilled, the leftovers. It's just the right amount because I usually have like 1 pork chop left over, and so then we just use that the next day and make fried rice, or a couple days later. So I love that recipe, and that was also given to me by a friend. It's not, I don't usually have original stuff. I have stuff that I find places or a friend gives me or whatnot. So I'm getting my cheese ready. So we're going to put in 3/4 cup of cheese, so that looks close enough to me. I'm going to throw that in there. Okay. So I like to stir in a little bit of it and let it kind of heat through and get all cheesy, and with this, you know, you lift up some and there's strings of cheese just oozing from it. I think that sounds so good. And then I like to sprinkle some on top and just let it melt in. That is it. Dinner is done. How fast was that? The big bulk of our time was taken by browning the meat. So you brown the meat and then you dump, and then you serve. So this is a great meal for when you're in a hurry, but you still want to feel like you cooked something for your family. I'm going to put a plate together so you guys can see it. I'm just straightening up because that's a bad habit. All right, so let me get a plate out. I don't do the ones, the chips underneath. I do the chips on top. So let me we still have some chips. Because I am doing Weight Watchers, and so I kind of try to do like certain things in moderation, and other things I kind of just, you know, as much as I want. So I could have as many tomatoes as I want, but I kind of want to limit myself a little bit more on the things like chips. Okay, so let's plate this really quick, and then I will let you guys go, and you guys can finish watching Chopped and doing all your. Okay, so this is what it ends up looking like. Just see it, like you can see the cheesies all getting melted and yummy. So I just take like a scoop of it. I might do two. Okay, I do 2 scoops. And then I like to take some chips. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and I'd like to take some chips and I just like to crumble it over the top. This is so not gourmet. And then I like to put tomatoes on mine. And I put a little bit of olives on mine. Yeah, it is kind of fancy Frito pie. You know, because that's who I am. I'm fancy. And then I'm gonna put a little bit. Last night for our young men's activity, we had guacamole and chips. So I have the leftover guacamole. There you go. You could put sour cream too. You could put on bell peppers. If you wanted to put bell peppers in it, like go ahead and cook the meat and the bell peppers together, you could. Yeah, my Hawaiian haystacks are a little bit different. I do them with rice, and I do like a chicken cream sauce, but it's the same concept as far as like adding what things that you want to add on to it. So, what would, in your haystacks, do any of you make haystacks? If you do, give me a thumbs up. And then tell me what kind of things you like in your haystacks. Because I'm always looking for new toppings. I know everybody kind of has their own thing that they do. Thumbs up, Heather. So, anyways, that's it. That's our fancy plate for tonight. Let me see if... Hey Megan, I will record doing haystacks. It's also another really super simple one. And it's on our menu for this month. And so I might actually even make them tomorrow. I haven't decided what we're having tomorrow. We might have barbecue chicken and roasted potatoes, but we might have Hawaiian haystacks, or I don't know. It's Friday, so I might just skip to pizza and make homemade pizza. But if I do the homemade pizza, I'll show you guys that too. So eventually, just search my site and eventually you'll see the haystacks on there. But thanks for stopping by. I love hearing from you guys. Heather, I need to call you because I feel like we haven't talked forever. So, but I appreciate you all stopping by, and I hope you give this recipe a try. I'll post it below in the comments later. Let's see. Okay, so you do cream of super chicken. That's what we do too. And we do, and you said pineapple, chow mein noodles, tomatoes, cheese, green onion. You guys do, yeah. Well, you do the same things as we do, Heather. I don't think exactly the same things, actually. That's exactly what we do. All right, thanks. Bon appetit.